Hey, it's the Empire. Don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell icon for more videos. We taking over. Let's go, champ. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button right now. Let's go.
Hey, it's the Empire. Geoboxing Empire. Bachelor boxing. Now, Chris Eubank Jr., man, steps on the scales and apparently only weighs 164.5 pounds, man. Now, everyone's really shocked by how low this guy is in weight. Some people said he did some intense cardio before he stepped on the scales. And some people think he just walks around this weight. Me personally, man, I think Chris Eubank Jr., he's always been a small middleweight, in my opinion. He's never been that big. He's always been, if you actually watch Eubank train at all, he's always a volume puncher. He throws a lot of punches. He's really endurance focused. So Chris Eubank Jr. has always been a small kind of fighter. He never looks bulky to me and slow. Some people, like I said, think he's just doing a quick session, losing some water weight. That could be possible, but people need to understand that before Chris Eubank entered in the Super 8 tournament, he was a natural middleweight. And I don't think he ever had trouble making weight before. You know, this is a guy who always made weight. This is a guy who never had trouble making weight. And he was a small 160 fighter. You know, the way that Billy Joe Saunders was able to handle Eubank was definitely a size problem. It wasn't just a boxing problem. There was times in that fight where Billy Joe Saunders would bully Chris Eubank. You know, so I think Chris Eubank is naturally a smaller fighter. Obviously, the only reason why he went up to 168 was just for the titles, because you know Triple G and Canelo were fighting each other, and basically all the belts are going to be held up, them fighting, and everyone can be waiting for them to fight. Instead of that, Chris Eubank went up in weight. You know, if anything, I think Chris Eubank Jr. is eating up to 168, in my opinion. You know, so that's my take on it, man. I think that Eubank's probably not walking around at 160, man. But honestly, he probably needs to do 1 or 2 sessions, and he probably can make 168 just off water loss alone. So you know, some people need 3 months just to make weight and to be in shape and everything. I don't think Chris Eubank needs that. I think maybe he needs like a week, if even that, because he works 24/7. So I doubt that. He probably just needs a training session, 1-day training session to probably make the 160 or 168 limit. So I think Eubank's basically around his weight, man. One thing about Eubank Jr., you can tell by his physique, is he's always working out. You can tell when someone works out sometimes, works out hard for a little bit and stops, or someone who works out on a consistent basis, right? Now, one thing about Chris Eubank Jr.'s muscle is his lean muscle. It's not like bulky. It's not like super, super ripped. It doesn't look weird. It looks like it can be achieved naturally if you just do things like doing road work, basic cardio and endurance training, which Eubank does all the time. Like I said, you watch him train, he's hitting heavy bags. He's throwing 10, 20 punch combinations. He's always doubling up his left hook, tripling up his left hook. So, I mean, this is who Eubank is as a fighter in general. So, that being said, it's obviously going to reflect on his weight as well, because that's what kind of fighter he is. We watch him even train in a tournament or fight in a tournament, right? He's knocking people out. He's throwing combinations. He's not sitting there trying to power shot the guy, one hitter, quitter type thing. Nah, he's throwing combinations. So, in my opinion, man, I think this is what kind of fighter Eubank is. I think he's always been a smaller fighter. I don't know why people are so shocked that he raised around 164 in between, 4 pounds away from making middleweight. He was a middleweight last year, not too long ago. So I don't understand. And I'm pretty sure once he gets those titles at 168, I'm not too sure how long he's going to stay up there, Why would he stay there for? I mean, after he wins the titles, there's not too much to do. He could reign just to keep the belts and just to hold the titles. But, after the Triple G versus Canelo fight settles and the smoke clears, he's going to want to come back down, because those where the really big name fights are. Chris Eubank's sort of a big name. So, if he wins the tournament, let's just say hypothetically he wins the tournament and gets all those titles, he could definitely be a big name. He could definitely reign by himself. He's big enough to do it. But in my opinion, if he really wants to be considered the best of the best, he might have to go down to 160 because 175 is crazy stacked. I remember some guy was telling me about Chris Eubank beating Groves. I'm like, okay, he can do that and everything, but don't go to 175 because that's a division that's just littered with elite level fighters. It's just littered with elite level fighters. So yeah, man, I think Chris Eubank, if given that chance, if he manages to get these titles at 168, he's gonna be floating around 2 weight classes. Now, it's not uncommon for fighters to do it, right? Mikey Garcia did it. He did it against Adrian Broner. He skipped the weight class and went to 140, or he only had like, I think Mikey only had 1 or 2 fights at 140 at the time, but he was really a smart fighter, fighting bigger guys, right? Adrian Broner does it, right? He skipped the weight class when he fought Paulie Malignaggi, you know. So I think fighters, if it's a big enough name, then they'll skip a weight class to fight a bigger fighter, right? Think Saddam Ali. He fought Miguel Cotto at 154, a weight class he's never really fought at least at not the elite level. And he actually managed to get the win. So I think Chris Eubanks is floating in between weight classes, man, just to get his name out there, man. If opportunity comes in boxing, man, you really can't pass the opportunity up because that can change you in your career. You can start getting paid millions if you manage to pull an upset off, you know. It's wild because you see fighters with losses who with like a loss or something like that, people doubt, and then they pull some stuff off like a Saddam Ali, right? He got knocked out at 147 and went up to 154 and beat Miguel Cotto. And that was a shock. You know, you think you're talking about a guy who's Miguel Cotto, who's the middleweight champion, went down to 154, is 1 weight class, and you know Miguel Cotto's a sort of a small middleweight anyway, and he got bullied and beat pretty bad by a welterweight. So that's what I think Eubank's doing, man. One thing about Eubank, like I said, he has to lose just like Saddam Ali, but he went up in weight, and now he's beating these super middleweights, and it's shocking because the way he's beating them, he's stopping these guys in devastating fashion, man. He's looking like a power puncher in there, but like I said, that's not what his style. He's a volume puncher. You know, he's just really accurate with his volume punching, and he knows how to pit his he knows how to twerk his body. He knows how to throw a proper punch. You know. So I really do think this is Chris Eubank natural weight, man. This is his natural weight, man. People need to understand that Chris Eubank, this is a middleweight fighting super middleweights, in my opinion, for sure. So let me know how you guys feel about it. You guys think Chris Eubank, this is natural weight? You guys think this is natural weight? Because I do. Like, comment, subscribe. This is the Empire. Geoboxing Empire.